In this edition of Proven to Work, packing a punch in a maths class. It's an example of using hand gestures to reinforce teaching and learning. We'll be seeing how the technique is used in the classroom and then hearing from one of the country's top education research experts, who will explain why it's proven to work.
There were 48 boys and 46 girls in the school. How many children were there all together? Yeah.
We've got 4 of those and 3 of those. Have a look. Well done, Thomas.
This is to help the children remember the symbols and what the word mean in a word problem, because they all get confused over mathematical terms. So they get confused between multiply and sets of and groups of. Together we've made up the actions, made up the sounds, so we tried to make the sounds different, so that multiply is sh, sh, and division is ba, d, d, so that it will help them remember. And that way, hopefully, when they get to a word problem, instead of them panicking, which a lot of them do when they read a word problem, because they don't know what to do with it, if they think about what the word's saying, if it says what's all together, then they'll remember it's ah. And then in their mind, they say, oh, I've only got to add it. And so it takes away a bit of the fear of the mathematical terms.
Joe needs 4 plates. They are 60p each. She has 2 pounds. How much more does she need? I think it's...
Is he right?
Yeah.
Fantastic. Well done.
The first time they did it, because you get a lot of laughing, but once you get them calmed down, they're quite keen. Their heads come in and say, what are you doing, Mrs. Matley? But if it works, I don't mind. If it makes them more confident solving the problems, and it makes maths fun, because a lot of children think maths is not fun, and we want to make maths fun for them.
Hand gestures can be adapted to support other learning, such as lessons on punctuation. The research supporting the technique has been examined by Philip Accordingly, Director of the Centre for the Use of Research and Evidence in Education.
What this teacher is trying to do is use visualising the operations to give the children a feeling of control over them and to give them, if you like, a sort of helicopter eye view on maths processes, and she's helping them remember them and feel like they own them by using physical gestures, by making it very physical and loud. And there's lots of forms of reinforcement, and quite often they're making mistakes, but then they're talking with other people about why it should be this or not that on the tables, and so their mistakes become part of the discussion too. In general, what the research is saying, all the ways in which you can encourage learners to make visible their mathematical thinking makes it easier for them to talk to each other about what's going on, because actually when you think about a complicated sum, it's something going on up here a lot of the time, and really it needs to be something that's made visible, that people can share if you're going to build on each other's ideas.
There's more on using hand gestures and the research behind the technique on the Teachers TV website.